everyone, welcome to my 2015 organization setup video. This is the third part of my organization series, so if you haven't checked out parts 1 and 2, I will link them here so that you can watch those videos first. At least check out part 1 if you haven't already. That will give you an idea of what I was using as my basis when I put this setup together. As you will have seen, I'm focusing on simplifying this year, so this setup is very different for me. It is very simple and I'm so excited to share it with you all. I will flip the camera around and give you a detailed look at everything, but first I want to talk you through it all. I'm storing everything in this Charlotte Tilbury makeup bag. I absolutely love it. I put a photo up on Instagram and asked you guys to guess what you thought was in here, and most of you did guess that it was my planner. I love that my entire system fits in here. So if I want, I can just throw this whole thing in my purse and have everything with me, but because my entire system is separate and made up of individual pieces, if I just need to take my calendar or I just need to take my Filofax, I can just grab one piece as well. So let me show you guys what's in here. Here's a little peek at the inside. Again, I will show you a more close-up and detailed look, but I'll take you through what's in here. First things first is my silver Filofax. I absolutely love this. I'm so excited to be using it in 2015, and I will show you the detailed setup as well. Next is my gold SugarPaper LA for Target planner. This is a small snakeskin one. I'm using this to keep track of all my appointments and important dates. Next up is a really simple monthly calendar. I DIY'd this a little bit to customize it more to my liking. I'll show you guys what I did, and I'm using this as my editorial calendar. The second to last item is this Garance Dore notebook. I'm using this for notes and also project management. The final item is this striped little bag from Sephora. I'm using this to wrangle up all my bits and bobs as well as my pen. Alright, I'm gonna flip the camera around now so that I can walk you through each of these items. As I explained, I am keeping everything inside this Charlotte Tilbury makeup bag. I love it. It is the cutest thing ever. On the back it says, give a woman the right makeup and she can conquer the world. So I absolutely love this. The only thing I'm not a huge fan of is that it's a material and so it gets dirty quickly. But I think, you know, I probably change my mind often enough that it should be all right. So everything fits perfectly in here. I absolutely love it. It's very convenient if I want to just take this whole thing with me, but because everything is separate, if I need to just take one piece with me, I can do that as well. All right, let's go through the setup of my Filofax first because I'm sure that's what you guys are most excited about. I do have some lights on in here, so I don't know how well this color is pulling on camera, but it is the metallic silver Filofax original in the personal size. I do have a detailed video about this, so I will link it down below. I have moved into this. I was using it as my kind of December holiday planner, and I've decided to stay on with this one for 2015. I've mentioned recently that I've been loving silver a lot more than gold, so I'm in the silver Filofax, but I do have a gold metallic one as well, and I do love that one also. I'm using this as a reference binder, very similar to the way I used it in 2014. So this houses a lot of information, my financials, various social media things that I need, but it's not something that I need to access every day. I know that I have said this before, but I don't like keeping my calendar or date book in my Filofax because I like that to be very separate. I've always liked bound calendars, and so that's what I have used and will continue to use. But I do use this Filofax, like I said, as a reference binder. So let me show you inside. I usually like to keep the inside of my binders pretty simple, and this is no exception. Especially since my word for 2015 is simplify. I've just got a gold Kate Spade bow paper clip here, and that is it. So funny story about my dashboard. This is again from that same Garance Dore stationery line. I wanted to send this card in particular to one of my friends in California because this drawing here reminds me a lot of her. And she's a huge fan of the stationery line. So I wanted to send her this card. I didn't want to buy the entire pack because I really only just needed this card. So I posted in one of the Facebook groups asking if anyone had a card that I could buy from them. And Sweet Jen sent me a card, this design card, so that I could send to my friend. And then a week later, someone sent me this exact same card with a rack inside, which was so, so sweet. So I ended up with 2 of these cards. So I sent one to my friend, and then the other one I just cut off the front and made it, laminated it, and made it a dashboard for myself. On the back, I just wrote this quote on a craft paper sticky note. It says a lot can happen in a year, and I used this washi tape from the Michael's dollar spot, similar to the Target one. Another thing similar to a dashboard here, it's just a top-loading envelope from Filofax. I used some lilac lavender paper and wrote Simplify on there. Just really basic, but again, a nice visual reminder to keep me on track for the year. On the back side, I have a 2015 calendar, the whole year at a glance. I printed this from a website that I cannot remember the name of, but I still have the link saved, so I'll link it down below. I like that it's a nice font, and she has a lot of different printables that you can print. Next up are two, I guess, dividers, dashboard, things that I made myself. I just used some of the makeup stickers that I ordered and laminated them. The rest of it is clear. It's pretty easy to do. I didn't film a tutorial, but basically you just take a laminating sheet and put whatever design you want at the top. And then after you run it through the laminator, you just cut this out. So this kind of serves as a tab and sticks out of the top of your Filofax. So I have two of these, and I'm using these as kind of like page markers, but really they just house my shopping list. So this one has a hanger on it. I just stuck some sticky notes on there, and I'm keeping track of all the things that I want to purchase. And then this one with the makeup is for beauty items that I need to purchase. I'll explain a little bit more about this as we go, but I'm not using a bullet journal for 2015. And basically the reason why is that I felt like my to-dos were weighing me down. So I was making daily to-do lists and for the most part checking them off. I wasn't able to fully release those to-do lists because they were being written in a bullet journal. And so even though I was moving on to the next page, for example, those to-dos were still in that book. And I know it sounds kind of weird, but I still felt like I was being weighed down by them. So I've decided that I want to try to get rid of as much paper as possible. I don't have a section for keeping track of lists or anything like that because, again, I just want to simplify. I think it's really pretty, and you know, I enjoyed making and designing those papers and writing lists of things and wish lists, but it was weighing me down. So I've decided that all of my lists and to-dos and things are gonna be on little sticky notes that I can just throw away when they're done. So I'm implementing that concept with my wish lists as well. So for my makeup and my clothing items, I just have these. They're really easy to pop in and out of here. And I just have them kind of first thing that I see in my Filofax so that if I am running to the store, I can just remove this sticky note, take it with me. When I've bought everything that I need, I can throw this away and move on. All right, the first divider is just black and white stripes. I made this out of a cardboard file folder from the Target dollar spot. I just traced over it with one of my existing dividers. Very, very simple. And on this side of it, I just have a sticky note that says love and thanks. So this divider is for my monthly goals. Each month we'll have one piece of paper, and I'll just write down things here that are bigger projects that I want to accomplish in the month. They don't necessarily have a date assigned to them. They're just things that I want to make sure and get done. So I will look at this list throughout the month to pull different things to put on my daily to-do list. And this serves as a nice reminder to kind of keep me on track and make sure that I'm taking care of the bigger projects that I want to throughout the month. So you can see for January 2015, look, I was about to start writing 14, so that I had to turn my 4 into a 5. So I want to work on my craft drawers. Those things are getting out of control. There's so much stuff in there, so I need to organize them, finish my website, and I want to get a massage in the month. So I'll just keep my list here, check them off as I'm done. When January is over, I will throw this piece of paper away. I will not keep it in a notebook that is like my bullet journal. If there's anything that's unfinished on here, I'll move it to February, and like I said, just get rid of it. I might do a video on why I've decided not to use the bullet journal anymore. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, or if my explanation wasn't very clear, just leave me a comment down below and let me know. I can go into more details on that. I hope it makes sense, but if you need more explanation, just let me know and I'll film a separate video. My second divider is this glittery cardstock. Again, I just traced it, and this is my social media tab. So in here, I'm gonna keep video ideas. Again, once this page is filled up, if I haven't filmed everything that's on here, I'll transfer it to a new page and just throw this away. So I also have some scrap paper in here to just keep track of different video ideas. This pull-out calendar for 2015 is where I'll keep track of my statistics for the year. And I've also got a pull-out calendar from 2014. If I want to compare my statistics from, for example, February of 2014 versus February of 2015, I've just got that back here so that I can do that. My third divider is this green glittery one. And you'll notice that these first tabs were right next to each other, but this one is the last tab in the series. So I actually only have three tabs. I have more sections, but I only have 3 tabs. And again, this is part of the simplification. In between this first and second and then this last one, those 3 tabs, I was keeping a wish list, an inspiration section, and I can't remember what else. I had another section. I was never using those sections. I was never referencing them, so I just decided to remove them from my Filofax. I like that this green divider is green because this is my finance section. So that's why I decided to keep this tab. I didn't want to make new dividers because part of my simplifying is using what I do have because I have a lot of beautiful things. So I want to make sure and use them. So I decided to just use my dividers. And so I use the first 2 and then the last one, and it's working great for me. So as I mentioned, this is my finance tab. I'm not gonna flip through this, but basically I just keep track of when various bills are due, when I pay them. I, for the most part, have everything on an auto draft, but I still do like to keep track of that. And then we come to another top-loading envelope. These are just 2 sticky notes that I put on here. I love these striped t-shirt ones. These were sent to me as a gift by Sam from Happy Scrappy. I will link all of her information down below. I've purchased several things from her and absolutely love it. And then these came from the Target dollar spot last year. I also made this, it's a piece of cardstock, and I put a tab at the top of it with gold glitter. So it actually sticks out of this top loading envelope, and this serves as a tab as well for me so that I can just quickly flip to this section. On the back I have my makeup stickers. This section is my admin section, so in here I keep various passwords, just different ID numbers or logins, just anything that I need. I also do keep a list of birthdays back here. So this birthday tab, this has a little birthday cake and it says party. And I have various birthdays. These are the Kate Spade inserts that you keep track of birthdays. And then this tab with the envelope and the heart is where I keep some addresses of people that I send packages to quite frequently. And then behind that is this pocket from Staples. And here I just have these Bulldog notepads. Everyone always asks me where I get these from. These were sent to me by Eunice, who's the Daily Row on Instagram. I will link her down below. She is insanely talented. She's amazing. So she just sent these to me. I don't know where she got them from, and I've honestly never seen them anywhere else, and I just think they're so adorable. They're little bulldogs. So I don't really think I'll use them. I just keep them in there because I think they're cute. And then I've got some of these Target notepads that have the week listed. I cut off the top that said this so that they would fit in this folder. And then back here, I just have a few more note pages, some stickers, sticky notes. This is just another fly leaf in the back. I made this out of polka dot vellum that I laminated. And I've also got this envelope back here. The original doesn't have a lot of storage space, so I just hole punched this envelope, and in here I keep stamps. I might keep receipts or various things in there as well. All right, next up is my SugarPaper LA for Target calendar. This is in the beautiful gold snakeskin embossed cover. I absolutely love this thing. This is the smaller one, and I'm just really happy to be using this. They didn't have a December calendar, but I just made one in the back. So I just literally drew in some lines, put some washi tape, and I'm ready to go. So in the front, I just stuck some of these Kiki K sticky notes, and this is what I keep my to-do list on. As soon as I'm done with my to-do list, it goes in the trash. I know that to-do list idea might sound kind of funny to some people, but really, I just think it's so liberating to be able to complete something and throw it away. And I, again, can't stress this enough. I felt like the bullet journal, while it is a good system, was really weighing me down by just holding on to those to-do lists day after day, page after page. Anyway, here's a look at the months in here. I just made myself a little tab. It's a sticky tab from the Martha Stewart line, and I just put some silver washi tape on it. The months are small, but very clean and simple, just how I like them. Goes into the weeks, and this is plenty of room for me. Each day has enough space. They're lined. I can just keep track of appointments and maybe things that happen. If I place an order, I can keep track of what day I placed an order on. If I want to decorate this, I can. It's simple enough. If I want to add some stickers, I've been really getting into kawaii art lately. I want to start learning how to draw that. So if I want to doodle or practice in here, I can do that as well. I don't really need to keep track of anything else. And when I had calendars that were bigger, I always felt the need to have to fill them up, and that was stressful. So this has plenty of room to keep track of my appointments and decorate it if I need to. But I'm staying true to simplifying. All right, I want to go through these next things quickly. I feel like this video is going to be so long. So the next thing is this notebook from Garance Dore. This was sent to me by my friend Gila. It's a 2-pack. I love them. I think they're beautiful. And this is what I'm going to be using for various notes and project management. If you guys remember, I was using my Happiedori as a bullet journal and project management notebook, and I loved it. I think it's beautiful. It's great. If it works for you, absolutely use it. But for me, it was, again, just way too much. It was getting too complicated. It was too big. I didn't need that much room. I didn't need it. So I found myself using those things because I kind of got swept up in the hype, which they are great products. I'm not saying that they're not. But if I'm trying to plan something, I really just need to focus on the planning and the implementation and not so much the decoration. So I'm not going to go through the pages in here, but basically if I need to plan out a YouTube video, I'll write it in here. If I make a phone call and I need to keep track of the phone call, I'll put it in here. It's kind of like a mini bullet journal, but I am not putting my daily to-dos in here. Those to-dos are going on sticky notes and being thrown away. This is just notes and projects, and it's just a notebook. I think I was just getting really caught up in like the formalities of everything. This is just a notebook, and I'm using it as a notebook. Now, I did want to mention my Filofax had an inspiration section, and I was also taking a lot of inspiration type notes in my bullet journal. So things like quotes that I would see, or if I would watch a webinar and take notes on that. I took a class with my friend Jess Lively, and I had notes from that. So those kind of more inspiration type notes were being put either in my bullet journal or in my Filofax, and I found that they were getting lost in between everything. So I did actually create an inspiration binder. If you guys want me to go through this, let me know, and I can. It's a large size binder. This is where I've been keeping all my notes, and I love it because everything is together, and anytime I need a little inspiration, it's all in here. All right, next is this little monthly calendar. This was a very inexpensive one from Walmart. It's literally just the months on 2 pages. It has 2 years, 2015 and 2016. I'm using this as an editorial calendar. I'll show you guys, these videos have all gone up, so you guys can see this. This is just how I've been keeping track of my videos. I don't have a system that I love, but for now this works. These are just those little sticky dots, and they are repositionable, which I like. So I've just been kind of keeping track like that. And so far it's working. Like I said, I'm not a huge planner of my YouTube videos. I do like to keep track of what goes up when and my statistics, but I want to get better in 2015 about planning things out. So I have decided to use this as my editorial calendar. Now I am also using this for something a little more special than just an editorial calendar. I decided to use the 2016 monthly spreads as inspiration spreads. So even though they're 2016, I am going to be using them in 2015. And I just marked these off with a little washi tape so I knew where these months started. And I'm sorry that I don't have one filled out for you guys yet, but if you want me to show you later on, I can make a video. But my plan is to either just make notes of things that inspire me that day, or if I see something in a magazine that I want to cut out and paste on here and collage, I will do that. I just want this to be an inspirational spread. All the things that I'm loving for that month, I want to put in here. That'll help me as I look back and try to remember my favorites. It'll also just help to make me happy and to look at pretty things that I like. No rules. So I'm not going to worry if it's messy. If I want to practice drawing something and I want to draw it on these pages, I will do that. If I want to art journal on a particular day, I know it's a small square, but if I want to fill it in, I can do that. It's just going to be a fun thing for me. I don't want to get stressed out about it, but I do want to keep some inspiration in here. I feel like inspiration and blogging kind of go hand in hand. So the first half will be my editorial calendar, and then these pages will be my inspirational collage spreads. And as I mentioned, this was just a really cheapy calendar from Walmart. I literally just covered it with a piece of printer paper that I cut down and stuck one of these gold hearts on here, and then I put it back in the plastic cover. So super simple. I just DIY'd it so that I wasn't looking at a beach scene. It was pretty, but I didn't want to have a beach scene in with like all my pretty calendars, so I just covered it up. All right, and finally is just this really cheap little makeup bag from Sephora. I think they sent me this with one of my orders. And in here, I keep my pen. Right now, I'm using the Sharpie pen that is clickable. I love this thing. I think I first heard about this in one of Erin Joy's videos. She was writing with this, and I'm pretty sure that's where I saw it. So anyway, I was really, really loving this pen. So this is what I'm using. And then in here, I just have these little clear sticky tabs. This came from Daiso. And then this is one of my envelopes that came with my Filofax, and I just keep bits and pieces in here. So sticky notes, stickers. I don't keep a whole lot because, again, I don't want to get overwhelmed and I don't want to get too bogged down in the decoration aspects, but I do like things to be cute and pretty and decorated, and I do want to add some special pieces, so I just have a few things in here to use. All right, that's it. That's a look at my entire system. It's what I'll be using to stay organized, to stay on top of my different projects, and just manage my very busy life. So I hope this was helpful for you. Even if you don't like the entire system, maybe you can take bits and pieces of it and customize it for your own needs. Before I let you go, I just want to thank you all again so much for all of your support in 2015. I had so much fun making all these videos for you all, but it wouldn't have been as good as it was if it wasn't for all of you. I appreciate interacting and building relationships with each of you on social media. I love the comments and questions that you leave. I love learning from you all and hearing your ideas. I love having conversations with you on Instagram. All of it is just so much fun, and I'm really, really grateful to you all for supporting this little hobby of mine in 2014. I'm so excited for the new year. I have lots of fun videos to come, so I'm really grateful that you guys have stuck with me in 2014, and I'm excited to share even more new content with you all in 2015. Thank you again so much for watching. I really wish each and every one of you all the best this holiday season, and I'll see you in the new year. Bye.